Thank you for coming back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. This video is going to talk about what do you do now that you're accepted into AUA. Excuse the background. Currently in the process of A, cleaning my room, B, packing for Med 2. So this is what we're going to be looking at during the duration of the video. I'm trying to make it very precise. So for starters, I just want to say thank you to anyone who's ever asked for my social media handles and who's came into my Instagram DM to ask me questions about AUA. I do appreciate it. I will say that some of your questions tend to be like, some are more personal, and I don't mind giving my 2 cents to it because I got a lot of opinions. I got shit to say. And then 2, some of these questions that I've been getting, it's kind of like, have you done the research for AUA? Because like, if you're asking me about the cost of AUA, what does residency look like, the AUA website is actually pretty nice. Like, I've been on different schools' websites, and some of them look either very bare or like there's a lot of information. I feel like AUA is the second option, where it's a lot of information. So like, please don't ask me about money. Unless you somehow came from money, I wasn't really concerned about the price tag of AUA because I knew I was going to take out loans. So you can either take out just enough to cover tuition and housing, or you could take the like exceeded amount, like a surplus amount. That's up to you. That's your personal preference. I'm not going to tell you what you should and should not do. So please, if you have any finance questions, you should literally direct yourself to the AUA website. It is really nice. It's very concise. It's very clean and very easy to navigate. Just an FYI. So you got into AUA. Now what the fuck should you do? 1, not download a bunch, but I have the Hopper app, and so as soon as I got into AUA, I started looking at flight information. You should do that first. Be careful because there's always a spike during tourist season. What is essentially winter in the States is basically Antigua's peak tourist time. So be cognizant of that. I'm from the East Coast. I don't really know much about West Coast, but for a round trip, it's roughly like $300+, which isn't bad. I tend to buy one ways because I'm petty and childish. So I don't know. Also, you do not have to pick the date. You know how sometimes on the website they'll be like, the last day of class is whatever, like for Med 1, they said like July 22nd was the last day for us to leave, when really you could have left July 19th right after you took the cast, which some people did. Like, there are plenty of people who take cast 2 and have their fucking suitcase with them. Like, I'm out. It's been a long 5+ months. Let me get the fuck off this island. You really don't have to follow those dates. You can always leave the day of cast. So just in case you need that. The reason why I'm not giving dates is because everyone starts differently. Like, I'm starting spring. Yeah, I think I started spring or winter. I forget dates, sorry. When you're in school and you're on that island, days just kind of turn into, they all just blend alike. So that's why I'm like, I don't really say dates. There is a calendar. There is a basic calendar, again, on the AUA website. Before you talk to me, please check the website. Like, it's very informative. Like, if I ever had a real question, it was on the fucking website. Like, I'm not even trying to be a dickhead. It's just like, it's 99% of the time on the website. If you need a personal opinion, a personal perspective, I have no problem asking this question. So, okay, first, look at flights. 2, scrubs. Someone asked me about that recently. There is no real criteria for scrubs. Like, some people wore, like the Instagram scrubs, what is it, figs, or all the other ones. You really don't. I had some old Walmart scrubs that I used for my pharmacy technician days, and those are pretty sufficient. There is no real color that you have to use. 3, for your white coat. For the ladies, both for ladies and men, please make sure that your coat is to your hips. It can't be too long, because when it's like to your knees, that is a legitimate doctor's coat. You need like a med student coat, and it has to be to your hip. Amazon is a great place. You don't have to buy it in the States. We do have a student store, which is basically just some little room in one of the study halls where the librarians will like unlock it and you can pay it. It is slightly more pricey. I think to buy a lab coat from the from the student store, it's like 30 US. I mean, that's up to you. If you want to buy it on Amazon, or any other place, you can. You can also buy it when you get to campus. It's free to monogram, if I'm not mistaken. If you do bring a second coat, like my friend Anya brought monogram 2 coats because she's like, I'm kind of messy and what if one gets stained and blah blah blah. That was her personal preference, but she did have to pay 12 US to monogram that second coat. You really just need one. You don't really wear your white coat like that. You wear it for white coat, obviously, and then you wear it for ICM, and then you have to wear it for OSCE, like I mentioned in my other AUA video, so you're not really wearing it that often. Okay. Business clothes. I thrifted most of my business clothes. I did splurge on some like really good slacks because slacks are life. I went to Talbot's with my mom and we got some like really nice khaki pants. Anyway, you really don't have to splurge on your professional wear. You rarely have to wear them. I can literally count the number of days. Like the first day, like registration, they kind of ask you to dress professionally, but then again, it's not. Yeah, I wore like a simple like length appropriate dress, summery dress, because sometimes it's just way too hot to be in some fucking slacks and a polo. It gets hot on the island. I don't know if I've ever said that. It's hot as fuck. So beware. Okay, the first day you do have to wear business clothes during ICM and OSCE. That's about it. I joined an organization called FID on campus, and during initiation I had to wear business clothes for the entire day. But it's just one day out of the week, so it wasn't really anything like super duper crazy. Yeah, so I really would say bring like a small amount. You really don't. Bring things that you can kind of, you know, mix and match. No one really cares if you repeat outfits. I went to Howard, so like repeating outfits was kind of like side eye. People like, you've seen you wear that before. That's not the case at AUA, which I'm really appreciative of. Okay, next thing, things to invest in. Okay, so everyone knows that this is the USMLE Step 1 book. This will become your Bible when you're on the island and off the island. There are 3 steps before you become a real doctor, but I'll tackle that when I get there. But please buy this before you get on the island. Yes, you can buy it from other upper meds, and also you can borrow books from the library, but you have to do it. It's on a day-by-day basis. It's not that expensive. Last time I checked Amazon, I think it was like $30 or $40, which isn't bad. If you want to save money, you can buy, this is the 2019, you can buy 2018, 2016. The information stays the same. The only thing that they do when they print updated versions is like they'll update the pictures, or maybe there'll be different acronyms. So like you truly don't need to get the latest edition. Like I had a friend who had the 2013 edition because her brother did. He went to St. George and he let her borrow his book. And even though it was 2013, my information and her information in these 2 separate editions was still relevant. Like it was still the same. The wording might have changed. They might have added different pictures, but it was still the same. You truly need this. Buy it as soon as you get into AUA and just peruse it. I got mine because the binding on the first aid book for some reason is very flimsy, despite it being a $40 book. Okay, it's kind of rude. So I went to my local FedEx Kinko's. This cost $8 for them to like put little rings on it and a little plastic covering on top. So if you want to splurge on that, it was a solid $8+ plus Connecticut tax, which is 6%. Anyway, please buy this ASAP. For the other books, like I said, there is an AUA sale page that I would definitely recommend. There's always some upper med or someone who's selling something because they're about to leave the island immediately. Yeah, definitely peruse it. Like they also have other books. Like yes, you should buy your own first aid, but sometimes while you're studying and trying to learn, you come across other learning materials. So definitely peruse that page, or check them out first in the library. And if you truly like it and you want your own, then check the AUA sale page. So we covered that. Things you need. Okay. So when I did APC, my friend Anya came in and she was like, someone told me that they were going to give us pillows and all this other shit. So she literally came with no fucking pillow. Bruh, she was miserable until her boyfriend came with a pillow for her. So please bring, it's basically you're supplying your own fucking room. Like, you need the pillows, you need the sheets, you need the blankets, you need extra silverware, you need extra pans, because some of those pans be really, they're trash. They're basura, just straight basura. So you have to, I would either invest in a barrel. I know you can ship things to the island via DHL. They do have a postal service. I've never used it because I don't think I've ever seen a mailbox. Do what you want with that information. If you want more information on how to ship things for your barrel, I'll drop down a really great website. I don't know if they ship on the West Coast. I'm not sure. Again, like I said, I'm not on the West Coast. I'm an East Coast type of gal. All my information pertains more to the East Coast. So also another thing you need to bring doubles of everything. If you have an Apple Pencil, bring a backup tip. Apparently that's a thing, because there is no Apple Store in the island. I mean, that's probably a given. They do have a Radio Shack, but from what I've been told, that Radio Shack is incredibly sparse. Like, ain't nothing in that bitch except for like bootleg headphones and like random adapters. Of course, it's Antigua. Bring doubles of everything. I bought a backup charger just in case my Apple One decides to, cop an attitude and they not want to charge. Extra chargers, extra adapters. I have the new MacBooks where you have to buy like certain ports and things because you only have one thing to it. So bring backup of that. Amazon has a really great one. Bring backups of anything related to technology because it's not uncommon for things to just go to shit while you're on the island for some odd reason. So please bring backups of everything that you can afford because you're going to have a very hard time to find a replacement. If your computer fucks up, we have an IT department and you can rent out a computer, but like if you have a Mac and all of a sudden they give you this like janky ass PC and you're just like, what do I do now? So please bring backups. Like I have both a MacBook Pro and then I have an iPad. I don't have an iPad Pro. I just have a regular iPad with a regular Apple Pencil. I brought a backup tip. So you're not going to catch me motherfucking slipping. Okay. So I covered that. Please bring backups. And then my last piece of advice, I would definitely say when you first start, definitely sign up for the trials. Osmosis, physio. They all have like either a week, 5 days, 7 days, whatever trial. So you can find out which program works for you. And it's going to be, because you need a program. Like there's just no ifs, ands, around about it. You either need a program or you need to invest in a book. Those are the two things that I said. You pick or choose. Some people do both, some do one or the other. You need to pick what works for you. And I definitely recommend signing up for those trials. Also, there are AUA discounts. So I wouldn't say do it when you get to the island and not when you're home because you might be, hey, well, you're a med student. You need to save every fucking coin from that fucking loan check. So please just try the trial and then wait till AUA has a discount. Normally there is an AUA discount. There's one for Osmosis, one for USMLE RX. I'm trying to think of others. I have not checked my email, but there's just so many, not so many, but like there's a few discounts that can really help you along the way. And when you do sign up for these things, just know that you should definitely sign up for, if not 6 months to a year, but a lifetime, because med school, you never stop learning. So like, just foot the bill. Like you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. So you might as well just, do that. I don't have any tips for budgeting because I personally am bad at budgeting, but you should budget. Like, there are certain food places on campus that offer meal plans. Like I know Clean Juice has a meal plan where it's like 25 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and 25 meals for like $200 and something. I'm not about to do that math. I'm sure you can. There are other places that do that. There is a lady on the island called Island Mom, and she can meal prep for you because a lot of your time is going to be spent in the library, and you don't want to be bothered with like, do I have food? What am I going to find time to cook? Like, you need to, if you're going to budget for that. Food is I don't even go out when I'm on the island, but like food and cooking take up a small slither of my time, but I enjoy it personally. So please budget for that. If you do student housing, my top picks, Jabberwock. Mandalay Bay is okay. It's on a busy road, so be conscious of that if you do pick Mandalay Bay. I don't think they have any singles. I know in Jabber there are singles, and I've heard just nothing but great compliments about Jabber. It's right next to a convenience store and a restaurant, so if you're someone who's like, like I forgot X, Y, and Z, you can literally just walk to a convenience store right next to Jabber. The only downside to Jabber is that it's across from this beach. I think it's Jabberwock Beach. Sometimes when the seaweed is super high, it smells like straight ass. So like, I don't know, it's stank over there. Truly, even when we're driving on the bus, it just like, ooh, what is that? That stank. And it do stink. Mandalay Bay is great. Amore Villas 3 is great. Laura Nelson is another great one. I know they have singles. Also, if you choose not to do the student housing, which some people do, student housing is pricey, but like I picked it because I just didn't want to be bothered with constantly remembering to pay my rent, to do this. If something's wrong, I have to go through X, Y, and Z. Trying to find a realtor. Please, 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 for the love of God and for all that is true in the world, do not deal with these local ass landlords. Please. The only landlord you should truly, genuinely trust are the Hadeeds. Jordan Hadeed, I'll drop down his information if you're trying to look for a place. They own half the island. They know what customer service is. If there is an issue, he's always available via text. He's just great. I've heard nothing but terrible things about people who've dealt with like the local landlords and how it was shitty, blah blah blah. Don't do it to yourself. They're going to scam you. They're never going to return your phone calls. They're never going to fix anything. And you don't need that when you're a student. Like, your life is already stressed because all you do is fucking study. Do you really want to be stressed because all of a sudden your shower pressure is shitty? You only got cold water. You got hella ants in your fucking kitchen. You got fucking roaches all over the fucking place. And your landlord won't return your fucking calls. No, just deal with a professional. The Hadeeds are where to go. They're where it's at. Trust Jordan Hadeed. He is the greatest landlord ever. So, if you want, I'll drop his information if you are still looking for a place. Also, look for a place early. Things go by really fast. I don't know if you guys looked up, but that island is small as fuck. Like, you could literally tour the island on a jet ski in under an hour. So please find places early. They go really fast, especially if you want to live with yourself. I don't know what it's like to look for a place with another person because that just wasn't my experience. But again, also, yeah, I hope I covered everything. If I didn't, I will make a part 2. Just come prepared. Organization, finding out what works for you. You don't really have to splurge on scrubs again, like some people did. You have lab once a week. You stand, you're being taught. I wouldn't really invest in like super duper expensive scrubs. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to follow what I do. So yeah, please buy first aid as soon as you get in. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything else. I don't really think so, but you never fucking know. So that's it. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them. Also, please check the AUA website because I'm sure some of the questions I have been getting, like I stated in the beginning, are literally on the website. So anyway, I hope everyone has a great day. Flourish, moisturize your elbows, be a bad bitch. You can't save lives if you don't feel cute. We out. Bye.